coats. Unlimited was just coats. Now
Hi, this is Todd Kyle from Baumgartner Park, and today Sally Whalen and I are presenting you the Senior Citizen Softball League. With me now is Helen Cerny. Helen, could you tell us a little bit about the history of this league?
Well, we started our league in 1977, and at that time we had approximately 10 women and 2 men that started our league. But since then, we have now developed 2 leagues with all men on them.
And I understand you have an A team and a B team. Could you explain the differences?
Yes, we do. Well, the A team is a more competitive league that I don't know if the skills are any different. They just seem to be more competitive. And we have 2 teams, like you said. We have an A team and a B team, and approximately 18 players on each of the teams. And today we are playing the B team.
Okay. What is the B team's record right now?
There's 3 wins and 4 losses.
Okay. Thank you, Helen.
You're welcome.
And Sally and I will be right back with all the exciting action.
I want to tell you about something that's very important to me. Using the safety belts in your car. More than 16,000 lives could be saved each year if people would just buckle up.
Gorgeous morning. How are you this morning, Todd?
On this great day, I'm feeling really wonderful.
Good. I'm Sally Whalen, the softball coordinator for the Sterling Heights Department of Parks and Recreation. And this morning we are at this gorgeous park to bring you a game between the Chesterfield Township Senior Citizens and our Sterling Heights Eagles. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another 86 sports presentation by City Hall TV Channel 5. And now let's get on with the game. Todd, is this going to be your first seniors game?
Yes, it's my first one I've ever done.
That's what I thought. Last year we did have some different crews. We've been doing a couple of their games a year, but usually exhibition games at night. This is a regular season scheduled game, and this is our B team. Now, the Senior Citizens League, Todd, is divided into 2 different leagues, which we'll get into further on in the game. Right now, leading off for the Chesterfield Township Seniors is the left center fielder and manager, Lynn Parent.
And there's a fly ball to left field. And it's not by the left fielder.
Nice catch for out number 1 of the game. And that was Dave Kobe that made that fine catch in left field. The manager hit it pretty well, didn't he, Todd?
In order to be this league, the minimum age is 55.
That's right, Todd.
Just a little clarification for our viewers, or in case anybody's interested in joining the team.
Our batter now is the right center fielder, John Kobe. That's... And John takes ball 2 as Phil Colozzi gets prepared to deliver the next pitch. Yes, Todd, there is a minimum of 55, and we do go up much higher.
Yes.
A couple years back, I remember we had one team we were playing, their shortstop was 87 years old. But these people play a fantastic game of ball. It is never a ball player's a ball player, Todd. The only difference is that perhaps it's a little bit slower than in the regular leagues. Colozzi comes in with a strike, and the count is now 3-1. And there's a
line
hit.
shot through the hole, and that'll be a base hit.
And he found the range between short and third. So with Kobe on first base, the batter now is the third baseman, George Dudich. Now, perhaps our microphones could pick that up from the dugout. They did ask George if he would like to have a runner. This league does allow a runner for anyone who requires one, Todd. And they do start from right back by the umpire. So with one out, runner on first. We have another one to the shortstop. He's going to take the force at second. Oh, and the throw was a little errant.
It nearly turned a double play.
They sure came close. That does make 2 outs, though, and Dudich picks up a fielder's choice. And the batter now is the cleanup hitter, Paul Tatey, the shortstop.
Let's get the last one. Let's get the last one. 2 away.
I come out here every Wednesday that the teams are at home, Todd, so I know most of these players quite well. I've been doing it for quite a few years now.
Well, how has the team been doing this year? I understand they're 3 and 4.
Yeah, it fluctuates. One of the things that I might say, Todd, and as a credit to our Sterling Heights recreation. I think that's over his head. I think no wonder he's the cleanup hitter.
And looks like it's going to score a run.
He runs well. It may be 2. They may be going to send him in with 2 outs. They are.
He's coming home. 1 run scores. And there's an inside the park home run.
And Tatey picks up the first 2 runs of the game and 2 RBIs. I think I might give him an intentional pass next time. He really whacked that ball. So with 2 runs in, the batter is the left fielder, Joe Dulac. As I was going to say, Todd, before Tatey hit that ball way out there, many of the cities are more interested in winning than in providing recreation. The Sterling Heights team does not go out and recruit ringers from all over. The inception of the idea of senior citizen softball was to allow people to continue playing softball. And our recreation department, our whole senior center, is geared toward that. So sometimes our record might not be real great, but I will tell you, we do have fun.
And slight delay while they change the first base coach.
Okay, and our batter now is the first baseman, Don Coopers, as Colosi delivers strike 1. That's an inside, and that evens the count at 1-1.
Nobody hits them. Right to me, baby boy. Nobody hits.
And Coopers hits a foul ball, and it's out of the park.
It's a well-hit ball. Just pulled it a little foul.
That makes the count 1-2. So Colosi's a little bit ahead of this batter.
Right to me, son. Right to me, baby boy. Nobody hits. Nobody hits.
And there's a pop fly to the second baseman, and it's caught.
And that retires the side. And for the Chesterfield Township Seniors, in the top of the first inning, 2 runs on 2 hits, and 1 runner left on base. Sterling Heights coming to bat in the bottom of the first. Leading off for Sterling Heights will be the shortstop, Whitey Michalski. Whitey is married, and I don't know if his wife Vi is here to watch him or not today. He is retired from the U.S. Post Office.
Everybody hit. Everybody hit.
And if you'll take note, Todd, the second baseman for the Chesterfield team is a lady.
Yes.
In the B League, ladies are allowed to play. In the A League, they do have only the gentlemen participating. But in the B League, some of the teams have several ladies on their teams.
Well, Helen was saying in our first year of our Sterling Heights Senior Citizen League, our team was made up of 10 females and 2 males.
Yeah.
And they were playing all males
And that was
teams.
even before the women's lib movement.
Yeah.
Whitey is at the plate. And it's ball 1.
That's outside for ball 2.
Okay, right to me, Bobby.
One of the different rules that you and I were discussing before the game, Todd, is the fact that they do have some different rules due to the nature of the age of the players. And the pitcher brings his first strike in, and it's a 3-1 count on Michalski. One of the things is that in this B League, they can only score 5 runs an inning. Isn't that? I think that's correct. Unless the team is behind in the last inning. Another thing, Todd, as Michalski picks up a hit there, we've got Fred Evans, our left center fielder at the plate. Fred is married, his wife Elizabeth, and he has 3 daughters, Kristen, Melissa, and Lori.
Only takes one, Fred.
Line shot back to the pitcher.
Oh, and Fred hit it good, and they doubled him off. Pardon me, those 3 grandchildren of Fred and Elizabeth. And Fred hit that ball too well, I think,
Yes.
Todd. That was the problem. The pitcher made a nice defensive play.
Okay, right to me, Bobby.
And that double play takes Sterling kind of out of this inning a little bit. The batter now is Les Lohmeyer, the right center fielder for Sterling Heights. I hope Les's wife Rosemary is here watching them. And Les is a retired police inspector.
Does it say from where?
No, he didn't have it down. It does say that his other hobbies are gardening. I'll have to talk to him about some of my green pepper plants aren't doing well this year at all.
Because you neglect them for softball, Sally.
No, I don't neglect nothing. I don't
Ground
neglect
ball to the
anything.
pitcher. And that's inning for the Sterling team.
And Lohmeyer is out 1-3 to retire the side. So even though Michalski started off with that hit, that double play kind of wiped him out. And for the Sterling Heights Eagles in the bottom of the first inning, no runs on 1 hit, nobody left on base. So after 1 complete inning of play, it is the Chesterfield Township Seniors 2, the Sterling Heights Eagles 0. And coming to bat in the top of the second inning for Chesterfield will be the right fielder, Ray Koziolik. And our second baseman, Nellie Livingood, is on deck.
Okay. And Ray's married to Rita and has 4 children, Patricia, Chuck, Rob, and Tom, and has 8 grandchildren.
Oh, some of our
And they're all sons.
8 grandsons. Wow. He's got almost his own ball team. And his grandchildren.
And Raymond's now in the batter's box.
As Colosi gets ready to deliver that first pitch.
Come on in, come on in. Pitch to me, baby boy. Pitch to me.
If I could take a moment, I would like to tell you how much I missed you the last few games I did, Todd.
Well, I took a short vacation. I went canoeing and camping at Lou Nagy's.
Well, wouldn't you rather do that when we're doing basketball or volleyball?
Well, maybe volleyball, but not basketball. You can't canoe during the winter anyways.
With runners.
True.
Oh, and that's off Colosi's glove, and he's going to have him a single, as that was a well-hit ball back to the pitcher. So Koziolik is on first base. Coming to the plate is the second baseman, Nellie Livingood. And Nellie is the only distaff member of the Chesterfield team.
All right, Phil. Nobody hit. Nobody hit.
And now he looks at ball 1.
Right to me, Philly boy. Right to me.
That was on the plate. It makes it 2 balls, no strikes.
Nobody wants. Nobody wants. What do you say? Tell me, boy. Rio! Nobody hits that. Nobody hits. Come on, boy.
And Colosi makes another one on the plate, and that was 4 straight balls.
And now he draws a walk.
And that puts runners on first and second with nobody out. The batter now is the roving shortstop, Art Pasquale.
Where's our buddy T-Deck today?
And Art is married to his wife Jean, and they have 5 children: Dale, Danny, Sandra, Patricia, and Janice. And they have 9 grandchildren.
We're getting closer to that ball team all the time.
Right to me, come on, boy. Right to me. What do you say, come on, boy?
And there's a line drive to the third baseman, and the runners have to hold. And that's out number 1, and on a good play.
It's a well-hit ball. It just hit right at someone. Sort of like the line shot that ended up in a double play for Sterling in that first
Exactly,
inning.
Todd. And that was a vital out because Sterling definitely needed an out. The batter now is the catcher, Charlie Einecker. Charlie is a left-hander.
Boy, right to me, boy. Right to me, right to me, boy.
And Pelosi brings that first one in with a strike, and he was having a little control problems, Todd, so I'm sure that he enjoyed that one.
Right to me, Philly, boy. Right to me, baby, boy.
Oh, and that one was
it's
outside.
outside.
That evens the count at 1-1.
Right to me, Phil. Nobody hits. Nobody hits.
Oh, and Einecker hit an inside pitch, and if that had been fair, Todd, we would have really had trouble because Chesterfield would have had 2 more runs.
Charlie was just a little from the ball, and he pulled it foul.
And although we're supposed to be totally neutral, you know that my heart lies with my seniors team.
Well, of course.
As I said, ladies and gentlemen, every Wednesday morning, either the A or the B team is at home at L.W. Baumgartner Park. Colosi makes a nice play to make the force at third base. So it's 1-5, out number 2. Runners still on first and second as Einecker picks up a fielder's choice. The batter now is the extra hitter, Sam Orlando. Now that's something else you might notice, Todd, from all of the games that we've done. You can see the size of the score sheets I'm using.
Yes.
That is because in this league, everyone bats as an extra hitter if they do not appear defensively in the lineup. Orlando, and we're, nope.
And everybody will be safe in that play.
Yes, that ball was a little bit too hot to handle down there, and that makes everybody safe. So the bases are loaded with Chesterfield seniors, and the batter is the pitcher, Bob Griffith.
And Bob is married to his wife, Betty, and he has 7 children and 6 grandchildren.
Could almost make a league from the grandchildren. Griffith certainly has the opportunity now, Todd, to help his own cause.
Right to me, son, boy. Nobody hits.
And Colosi comes in with a ball that hits the plate, and it is ball 1.
Right to me, boy. Right to me, boy.
And he hit an outside pitch. Stan Girl to first to retire the side and leave those bases loaded. Wow.
Chesterfield managed to load bases, but Sterling recovered nicely. Got the ground ball at second base to get out of the inning.
Boy, they were lucky, Todd. And for Chesterfield Township seniors, in the top of the second inning, no runs on 2 hits and 3 runners left on base. So after an inning and a half of play, the score is the Chesterfield Township seniors 2, with the Sterling Heights Eagles coming to bat in the bottom of the second inning. In the morning, Todd, I'm not quite with it, I guess. Leading off for Sterling Heights will be the third baseman, Joe Tilley. Joe is married.
Hey, was I supposed to be the manager and everything?
And I don't know. As I said, we do not get too many. It's surprising to me that we don't get more of the wives out here. Sometimes we do have some of the children and grandchildren that come to watch their families play, but we really do not get the participation and the support from the other members of our Senior Citizen Center that you would expect.
Oh, that's because it's early in the morning, some are working at. That may...
Well, an awful lot of the people, Todd, in the Senior Center are no longer working. Oh, and that's going to fall, I think, in front of the left fielder. And Tilly is on with a single. Our batter now is the pitcher, Phil Colozzi.
You got a cutoff man out there. Where was he?
Phil's wife, Austina, is here, I believe. She usually is. They have 2 children, 3 stepchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, 5 grandchildren.
There's a baseball team right there.
Besides being the pitcher for this team, Phil also likes to bowl and dance, and as many of our seniors, he does enjoy traveling.
Okay, right to me, Bobby, right to me. All right.
And that's well hit down the right field line.
And it is a fair ball. Now, if you took note,
All right, anything else? Come on, Kobe.
Phil did have a runner. That is Jerry Monart that's running for Phil. Our batter now is the left fielder, Dave Kobe. Dave's wife is Marlene.
Closer to the line over there.
And he is a new retiree. He retired last September from Quality Assurance Department at General Dynamics. He hasn't played ball in 7 years.
Ground ball at second base.
We may have, no, I don't think they're going to get the double. Nope. Nice play by Nellie, though.
So Sterling ends up with runners at the corners, first and third, with only 1 out.
And our batter is the second baseman, Stan Girl.
Okay, Bobby, right to me now.
Stan's wife's name is Ann, and they have 3 children, Ron, Phil, and Linda, and 13 grandchildren.
He plays goalie in hockey, you see that? Same? All right, that's my goalie for hockey.
We have quite a talkative first baseman for Chesterfield.
All right, right to me, Bobby.
And Stan has the opportunity right here as the count evens up at 1-1 to put the Sterling seniors on the scoreboard. And and it's off a hard hit ball off the third baseman. Nice play to get the force at second, but the run does score.
And that cuts the deficit to 1 run, bringing the score to 2-1.
You see that? That belly's on the ball.
So with 2 outs and a runner on first base, the batter now is Jerry Monart. Jerry and his wife Wilma I've known for over 20 years.
Okay, Bobby, right to me.
They are very good friends.
All right.
Oh, Jerry pops it up. And that does end the inning as Jerry pops to the shortstop. And he hit the first pitch and didn't even give me a chance to talk about him.
So after 2 innings, we'll take this short break for a public service announcement.
America's astronauts. 90 of them were scouts. Don't miss the adventure. When you join the Boy Scouts of America, there's no telling how high you can go.
And for the Sterling Heights Eagles in the bottom of the second inning, 1 run on 2 hits, 1 runner left on base. So after 2 complete innings of play, the score is the Chesterfield Township Seniors 2, the Sterling Heights Eagles 1. And leading off for Chesterfield in the top of the 3rd inning will be their leadoff hitter, Len Parent. Len flew out to left field his first time up.
say, silly boy, nobody hits. What do you say, silly boy, nobody hits?
As we mentioned at the start of the game, Len is the manager for the Chesterfield Township Seniors.
And
This time, ooh,
Oh, and he'll be safe on an error. Ball hit off the center fielder's glove. And Leonard gets a gift right there.
and with Parent on first base, the batter is the right center fielder, John Corey. John found the hole between short and third his first time up and did have a single.
And he did score the first run on that one, or the inside park home run by Paul Taddy, I believe.
No, Corey was forced at second. It was Dudich, the next hitter.
Okay,
that
but
scored.
Paul Taddy did hit the home run.
Yeah,
Okay.
Taddy really drove that ball. And that ball falls in front of the left fielder, and we've got him on first and second as Chesterfield wants to pick up and get back that run they lost. And Corey has 2 straight singles. Our batter now is the third baseman, George Dudich. George was safe on the fielder's choice when he forced Corey at second base in the first inning.
All right, buddy boy, nobody hits, nobody hits, nobody hits, nobody hits, nobody hits.
Colozzi lost control of that one a little bit, and it's inside for ball 1.
All right, buddy boy, nobody hits, nobody hits.
Well hit ball right up the middle, and it drops in. And the bases will be loaded.
Yes, it is. And so we have the 1 error and 2 straight singles. And Sterling Heights is facing a scoring threat from Chesterfield. And right now we have Paul Taddy, the shortstop, that hit that bases clearing home run in the first inning.
I believe you made a comment earlier that only 5 runs can be scored in an inning.
Yes,
as
that
an
is.
opposing team then comes to bat.
Yes, Todd, regardless
Okay.
of the amount of outs.
Just for the sake of knowledge, why is that rule?
Because it's the same, that rule is inherent, Todd, in quite a few different leagues, where due to age, physical infirmities, it precludes the fact that a team could score 15 or 20 runs and make it an interminably long game. And this time Taddy hits a line shot, and it's going into left center. We've got 1 run in, and they're sending the other one. Oh, and we had a wild throw there, so 2 runs are in. Taddy is advancing to second on the throw. And Dudich is on third base. And so Chesterfield quickly gets back that 1 run and adds another. And there still are no outs, Todd.
Speaking about the 5-run limit per inning, I remember or recall that some leagues that only 10 batters could bat in an inning.
That's in
And
children.
it's all for the same purpose.
Yes, as I said, it's age. Age has a lot to
Yeah.
do with it. They're going to be safe all the way around.
I remember that 10 batter rule in T-ball.
Yes. As I said, when I said age, I was referring to both ends of the age spectrum. And we have no outs. The base is loaded. And Don Coopers, the first baseman, is at the plate. Don did pop up to the second baseman his first time up.
And Sterling still has no outs yet in this inning.
Yes, this is a drastic thing because that first out is going to be primarily important. Of course, they do have the opportunity now of a force at any base, including home plate. So maybe they can get out of it without any more damage.
All right, silly boy, nobody hits. What do you say, silly boy?
Oh, this time Coopers hits it way out into right field, and it's over the right fielder's head, and this is going to be a bases clearing home run, and that will be 5.
No, I think it's going to be a double.
Oh, this is the 5th run coming
Triple.
in right now.
Yeah, so it really makes no difference what it is.
No, it really doesn't, because that is the 5 runs.
7.
And we had some big hitting by Chesterfield in that particular inning, Todd.
They got
The umpire now is signaling to the Sterling Heights team to come on in because that is the 5 runs that are allowed.
So Chesterfield gets that 1 run back plus
4 more.
4 more.
And for Chesterfield Township seniors in the top of the 3rd inning, it's 5 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. So after 2.5 innings of play, the score is the Chesterfield Township seniors 7, the Sterling Heights Eagles 1. And coming to bat for Sterling Heights and going to try and get those runs back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning will be Frank Osterwicki. And heaven help me, Todd, but I've made a mistake on my, I know he's not the pitcher. He must be an extra hitter is the only thing I can figure out because I have a 1 down there. I must have been in trying to get the lineups prior to the start of the game. I must have forgotten to put somebody down because we have pitcher, catcher, unless he's the first baseman. I don't have a first baseman. I bet that's what he is. I don't know. Does he look like a first baseman to you?
Sure.
Well, we don't have any first basemen, so we'll
Need
make
a first
Osterwicki. And I'll tell you something else. Mr. Osterwicki has been very nice to me because prior to today, they've been spelling his name Ostrowski, and I know when I do PA for them on a regular basis, I've been calling him that. However, he will be leading off the top of the 3rd inning. Frank is a widower. He has 3 children, Frank, Barbara living in LA, and Beverly living in Ann Arbor.
And Frank rounds it to the first baseman, who bobbled it but recovered very nicely and gets the out at first.
Unassisted. And that's out number 1 for Sterling. The batter now is the roving shortstop, Joe Schroka. Joe's wife's name is Virginia, and they have 2 sons, Charlie and Gary, and 4 granddaughters, Tony, Tina, Kim, and Colleen.
That pitch evens count at 1-1.
Okay, buddy, just you and I.
And Sterling needs to get something started here.
Need just a base runner right now.
That's what they need, Todd. They need to have a little bit of a rally here and shake up the Chesterfield seniors a little bit.
Yeah, just get the momentum back to their
That's
side.
No bigger, Joe.
And Joe picks up a walk, and that's what we just said, Todd. They need base runners. So with 1 out, Schroka on first. The batter is the catcher, John Martinez.
Take 2 now, take 2.
John's nickname is Lefty, so guess which side of the plate he's going up to.
The right side.
Okay, Bobby, right to me. I hit me. I take my base, no?
And John will be having a courtesy runner.
Yes. And our no pitch. Oh, that's too bad because that would have been a nice single.
I believe she called it was a quick pitch.
I don't know. I was.
Stand in there square like you did, John. That's a quick ball. Okay, Bobby. Square, square. Square.
And as the umpire, Gene Hanna, called no pitch, John again steps to the plate.
And he this time pops it up right to the first baseman.
And the first baseman has made both putouts in this inning unassisted. And Martinez hit an outside pitch and tried to pull it. And that's what usually happens. Yep. It is a pop-up. The batter now has to be my own darling Walter Korth. Todd, since you've been working, you know Wally. Wally is my right-hand man. Wally has worked with me for many years, and all of the softball players in Sterling Heights have got to know that without Wally, I could not produce the program that we have for all of
And
them.
Wally comes through with a hit right
Oh,
there.
Wally is a heck of a hitter. And as you notice, there was a runner for Wally, and Wally does pick up a double with that fine hit and scores the second run for Sterling. As I was saying, Todd, I've worked with a lot of people in my 22-year tenure here in Sterling Heights, but without Wally, I don't know what I'd do. The batter now is Mike Butts. Mike is the extra hitter also.
All right, Bobby, right to me now.
Mike's wife's name is Janet, and they have no children or grandchildren.
Once that ball reaches home plate, he can make a big move. Swing better. Let him walk it, Michael. All right, Bobby, right to me.
And that was a clutch double by Wally with those 2 outs, Todd.
Lead him out.
That's what they need, just a run to get the momentum back to their side and away from Chesterfield.
Yes, and the top of the 4th is going to be crucial. If they can kind of hold them in the top of the 4th, that still gives them plenty of ball game to get those runs back.
Right to me.
And the pitcher seems to have lost the range.
Come on, Mike. Down here.
And Mike does have a walk.
That's the second walk I think he's given up this inning.
In this inning, yes. And until this inning, he had been
Yeah.
plate perfect. He had not walked anyone.
Could be getting just a little arm weary at this point.
And now coming to the plate is another extra hitter, Charlie Ekman, another dear friend of mine. Charlie is one of our regulars out here who comes out to watch all of our regular leagues play. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you regular viewers of Channel 5 TV know that we do have softball at Baumgardner Park every single night of the week. The ladies on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and my darling men the rest of the week. And Charlie is a regular viewer of the regular season games. And Charlie hits it, and the third baseman can't handle it. We're going to be safe all the way around as he failed to make the tag. And so Charlie picks up a single and loads the bases for our leadoff hitter, Whitey Michalski. Whitey had a single his first time up and then was wiped out on that double play when Fred Evans lined it back to the pitcher.
Come on, Wiley. You got on the batter, too. That's one of the rules.
We have a little vocal levity going on between the teams here. As Whitey, I don't know where Whitey is. Here he comes. No, that was Fred that came out. One thing I might mention, Todd, that ordinarily when we are not doing TV, I do use the PA. It makes it a lot easier for the on-deck batter because I am calling them out all the time. Well, Whitey's got the opportunity here to really get Sterling back in the game.
He's got the bases loaded with 2 outs, so it's all up to him at this point.
And since he's batting in the leadoff position, I would have to think that the manager knows that this is the man that can get on.
Hey, Wiley, pick one out.
The pitcher for Chesterfield seems to have regained his form as he delivers strike 1. Whitey fouls that one off, and he quickly falls behind 0-2.
Okay, Bobby, right to me. Swing better.
And
Ball
Whitey
right
goes
to
up
middle.
the middle. Little hop to handle.
Second.
And he was not on the bag, and the runners are safe all the way around.
And that brings the score 7-3. And
So-
the bases remain loaded.
And with this has all happened with 2 outs, Todd. The batter now is the left center fielder, Fred Evans. And our scoreboard operator, Mrs. Evans, is I don't know if she's praying, and Fred hits it, and they're going to make it, and another run scores as Fred comes through and picks up an RBI, and now you can relax. And I know exactly how you feel. When my husband plays 5 nights a week, and I know exactly how you feel. However, I've always felt I'd rather have him batting than anybody else. So we still have the bases loaded, still have the 2 outs, and the batter is Les Lohmeyer, the right center fielder.
And the count is 2-0 on him.
And he's got no place to put him, Todd.
He's got to come over with the strike.
And that was a beaut. It was down the pipe and hit right behind the plate. That one's outside. And that brings the count to 3-1. And I am sure that Les is going to look at this next. Well, I shouldn't say that. Every time I say that, they swing.
Swing, yeah. And there's a ground ball right back to the pitcher.
Oh, and that was a nice play by the pitcher to retire the side. Les hit it pretty good, but the pitcher had to go to the side, and he made a nice play on it. I thought for a moment it might get by him.
And at the end of the 3rd inning, Chesterfield Township leads Sterling 7-4. And we're going to take this short break for another public service announcement.
Life, be in it. Hi, I'm Sugar Ray Leonard, and after a tough day at the gym, I like
They left the bases loaded. Leading off for the Chesterfield Township seniors in the top of the 4th inning will be Don Coopers. Coopers is 1 for 2, and that one being that big triple that cleared the bases in the 3rd. Oh, pardon me, it isn't Coopers. With no outs, that's what confused me. The leadoff hitter will be the right fielder, Ray Koziolik. Koziolik had a single up the middle his first time up in the 2nd inning. I'm glad we don't have Coopers again. We don't need another triple. Not after Sterling has just gotten back into this game.
We got a commercial going right now. All the noise now. I'm throwing hot dog. Don't worry about that camera.
And the teams are ready as the umpire brushes off the plate.
Gene does a lot of these games for the seniors. Sometimes it's difficult to find umpires to come out at 9:30 in the morning on a Wednesday morning, Todd. Oh, and he goes back to the pitcher again, and this time Pelosi's got him. Yes, this time he makes the play and retires him.
It's a hard hit ball. When the pitcher knocked it down, he had plenty of time just to scoop it up and toss it over.
And now we have the second baseman, Nellie Livingood. Nellie is 0 for 0 as she drew a walk her first time up. And she did advance as far as 3rd base, but they didn't get her home in that inning.
Give her the home run, Nellie.
She's made several fine defensive plays in this game, too.
Can't coach her, can I?
And she takes ball 1 again. I don't know. Maybe Colosi doesn't want to get the ball close to Nellie. I don't know.
Hi, boy, nobody hit.
And it's ball 2.
Hasn't thrown her a strike yet.
Nope.
Joe, you watching? You watch, you're gonna teach it.
There's our vocal first baseman acting as the first base coach right now.
Hey, you keep the pencil pushing over there. Nobody wants.
And Colosi comes in with what would have been her walk again, but this time he makes it 3-1. There's the outside.
And she draws second walk.
Yes, she does. And with 1 out, Nellie is on again. The batter now is the roving shortstop, Art Pasquale. Art lined out to the 3rd baseman his first time up.
Okay, Phil, nobody hit, nobody hit.
That ball was a little short, so it's ball one.
Come on, Philly boy, nobody hit, nobody hit. She fell for me. I told you she fell for me.
And it was a ball pulled foul down third baseline.
That evens the count at 1-1.
What's the count?
Anybody die that we know?
We had that meeting back in June. I couldn't make the meeting.
A slight break in the action here.
Yes, the third baseman retrieved that foul ball, and now the pitcher is waiting for him to get back to his position.
Right to me, baby boy.
That one came inside, and I don't know how he even managed to hit that, Todd, but it did go foul. And I think this is what the coach was talking about. He wanted him to look at it.
Nobody hit, nobody hit.
Ooh, and he just got his coach in the leg.
Kill the wrong coach, I said. You ain't fouled, he's got left out.
No more, he's got.
I say, take him out.
Now, that is
Straighten it out. What do you say?
his second strike, his third foul.
So he's got one more foul
No,
left.
evidently, I think the umpire just said
Nobody hit.
that. Oh, and we do have a strikeout, and that is the big second out of this inning, as Pasquale is retired. The batter now is the catcher, Charlie Einecker. Charlie was safe on a fielder's choice in the last inning.
Nobody knows. I told her we're going to write a story to her. Come on. Keep on the ball. Nobody hit, Philly boy, nobody hit. Hey, swing better.
And this time Charlie hits it foul. Nice try by the Sterling catcher.
Gotta take your time when you want to hit that.
Everyone looks bright-eyed and bushy-tailed this morning. Look at Dan up there. He's nodding a little as he leans against the back of the scaffolding.
That's it. That's what I mean, Charlie. Harder to put her over when I told her I had it hit.
I see. 750 for it.
Nobody hit, Phil. Nobody hit. Nobody hit. Nobody hit. Nobody hit.
That was inside, and that brings the count to 2-1. Einecker's going to look, I think, at a couple.
Yeah.
Nobody hit, Phil. Nobody hit. Nobody hit.
That one's a good pitch down the middle, and he goes on the ground. It's
Well
past
hit.
Girl's glove, and they're going to be safe.
He's all yours, man. I gave her to you. Thanks, Don. Thanks. You needed that.
The Chesterfield coaches are having a little bit of fun.
Quite vocal.
Our batter now is the extra hitter, Sam Orlando. And Sam had a single his first time up.
Hold it. We got to get lumber out, Sam. Hold it.
Come on, Sam, I'm rooting for you. All right, we got two down.
Nobody hit, Phil. Nobody hit.
Living good on second base is hollering at Sam to bring her home. And he hit a nice line shot, but it is fouled on the left field line. It would have been trouble, Todd, if it had stayed fair.
Can I help him to get here? Darn it. You need to run this inning, Sam. Let's put it up.
And if you remember what we were talking about in the bottom of the third, Todd, it is vital with Sterling Holson. They did get those 3 runs last inning. Now, if they can stop Chesterfield's momentum in this inning, they've got a good chance. Wow, what a cut at the ball, and it is 0-2.
And he finds himself in a hole right now. So you have to protect the plate.
Nobody hit, Phil. Nobody hit, Phil. Nobody hit. Nobody hit, baby boy. Run it out. Go, go, go.
And there's the third out of the inning. They get the force at second base.
So Orlando is safe on the fielder's choice, but he does force Einecker at second base. to end the inning, and Sterling does defensively hold Chesterfield in the top of the 4th inning.
That's what they needed in that inning. The whole Chesterfield to come back and score a few more runs here.
Chesterfield has left 7 people on base. For the Chesterfield Township Seniors, in the top of the 4th inning, no runs on 1 hit and 2 runners left on base by virtue of the base on balls. And Sterling Heights, in the bottom of the 4th inning, will have as their leadoff hitter, their cleanup hitter, the 3rd baseman, Joe Tilley. Are you enjoying sitting here, Elizabeth, and listening to all of this chatter? Very much so. I've known Elizabeth for quite a long while, too. And she was kind enough to offer to help, and she did help a lot. She got all of our questionnaires in order for us and everything. We like to thank our volunteers, because without all of the volunteers we have, things wouldn't go as smoothly as they do. And it's 1-1. Tilly hit that, and it's over the left center fielder's head. And Tilly is going to have, at minimum, a triple here. And he's going for third.
Play at third.
Yep, but he's going to make it easy. Stand-up triple for Joe Tilley to lead off the bottom of the 4th for Sterling Heights. And the batter now is the pitcher, Phil Colozzi. And Phil had a single to right field his first time up. He was forced at second base, but he did have that nice hit. And Sterling Heights has got the opportunity here to put some more runs on the board.
Throwing down 3 runs at this point.
And as in any slow pitch game, Todd, that's not very much. As you will notice, Jerry Monart is going to run for Colozzi again. Sterling's premier runner is not here today. Mike Terrace, who is our senior that does play the national anthem for us prior to the games, and that I don't know why he's not here today, but he is a runner, and I mean he can run. And Colozzi hits a high foul ball down the right field line. Being a left-hander, he should go to the right side, Todd, and that should allow Tilley to score from third easily. With the count 1-2, Colozzi sets himself in the box. And this time it is on the ground to the first baseman and unassisted, and that does prevent Tilley, since it didn't get out of the infield, from scoring. Now, Todd, before our next batter, Dave Colby, comes up to bat, if you'll notice that line that is drawn on the third base side, you see it sticking out there? Okay, that's something that would be unusual to you also. This is another one of the rules that is unique to the Seniors League. If that runner advances past that line, then he has to come home. He can't turn around and go back. We've got a nice play, 4-3. And that's out number 2. However, Tilley did score. What it is to preclude any injuries at the plate, Todd.
Okay.
That is the idea of that particular rule.
My thinking would cut down on those like pickle situations too.
And we've got a nice single by Stan Gruhl. Stan was safe on a fielder's choice his first time up, and this time he singles into left. So with 2 outs and a runner in, the batter is the right fielder, Jerry Monart. Maybe they can make this rally with the 2 outs like they did in the last inning, because all of those runs were scored after 2 outs in the third inning.
And there's a short pop-up right back. Oh, and he drops it.
And it is a fair ball. And they're safe all the way around. So Jerry got a break that time.
Sometimes a play can be just too easy.
I bet his wife Wilma is sitting there saying, "Oh, Jerry." Our batter now is the first baseman, Frank Osterwicki. And Osterwicki was out unassisted by the first baseman in his first time up. We have a lot of left-handers on the Sterling team. This time he goes on the ground to Living Good, and she's going to take the force at second. Nice play for the third out. And so Sterling had a lot of chances, Todd.
They do pick up 1 run though in that inning, which is good. Cuts the lead down to 2. But at the end of 4, Chesterfield still holds a 7-5 lead.
Yeah, they do, Todd, and with Tilly leading off with the triple, that was the only run they scored. They really didn't do as much as I was hoping they would. However, for the Sterling Heights Eagles, in the bottom of the 4th inning, 1 run on 2 hits and 2 runners left on base. And we have the last batter for the Chesterfield Township Seniors will be their leadoff hitter, and that is the pitcher, Bob Griffith. And if you note by the score sheet, Todd, that top of the lineup for Chesterfield is what has been doing the damage.
Yeah.
And after Griffith leads off, we are back to the top of the lineup.
So if Sterling can hold the top of the lineup this inning, they'll be in good shape for the remaining 2 innings.
Yep. And as we begin the 5th inning, it is the Chesterfield Township Seniors 7, the Sterling Heights Eagles 5.
All right, here we go. Nobody hits. 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 Nobody hits.
And here's a line drive to left field.
And it is in for a single, and that makes Griffith 1 for 2 on the day with Nellie Living Good running for him. And we are back to the top of the lineup with Lynn Parent, the left center fielder. Lynn flew out to left and has been safe when the left center fielder did drop the fly ball.
Hard line shot down third baseline. Well hit ball.
It sure was.
And puts runners ahead first and second.
And as I said, Todd, it's the top of this lineup that's been doing the damage. We now have John Colby, the right center fielder, and John has had 2 straight singles. So with no outs and runners on first and second, Sterling is in trouble here.
On the ground, move it.
Pelosi comes in with a way inside pitch.
Nobody hits, Phil. Nobody hits. What do you say, Phil? Boy. Nobody hits.
Oh, perfect for the force at third, and they're going to try for the double.
He's off the base. Unfortunately, they couldn't pick up the ball quick enough.
But that was a big out.
Run away, man. Run away. Good ball, man. Good ball.
Colby gets the fielder's choice. Parent, or the runner.
Come on, baby.
Parent is on second base. And we have the number 3 hitter, the third baseman, George Dudich. George has been safe on a fielder's choice, and he singled to left
Here's a
center.
pop-up, and the pitcher takes it.
Pelosi got it. And that's 2 quick outs. And after the way they started off, Todd, maybe they were a little over anxious.
And Sterling's doing something now that they haven't done in previous innings, is get the key out.
That's right. And that is the name of the game. It's a game, how many times have I told you? It's a game of outs, not of runs. Unfortunately for Sterling, they have Paul Tatey, the shortstop, up. And Paul has a home run and a single. Pelosi delivers, and it's on the plate for ball 1.
Nobody hits. Nobody hits. Nobody hits, Phil.
And it's a line shot right up the middle, and they'll score a run.
Yep, they're going to hold them, though, with just the one run.
Just in case.
The batter now is the left fielder, Joe Dulac, and Joe is 1 for 1 as he walked and had a single in his second time up. So we've got runners on the corners and 2 outs. And that's a line to the shortstop to retire the side. So after that great start that Chesterfield got off to, they pick up 1 run on 3 hits, and they leave 2 runners on base. So after 4.5 innings of play, the score is Chesterfield Township
8.
8, yes, and Sterling Heights 5. And Sterling Heights now still has 3 bats, and they are 3 runs down. Leading off for Sterling Heights in the bottom of the 5th inning will be the roving shortstop, Joe Schroka.
And that pitch is over for strike 1. And that's called strike 2.
Okay, Bobby.
Oh, and Joe hit that one well. That's to the roving shortstop. He's got a long throw and a nice pickup by the first baseman. And that goes 11-3. That was a nice play. That first baseman has a nice stretch, Todd.
Yes.
The batter now is the catcher, John Martinez. John popped out to the first baseman in his only appearance at the plate.
Sterling just now batting around for the second time?
No. Well, for some of them, yes.
Okay.
For some of them, Todd. As I explained to you, since everyone appears as an extra hitter, it does take longer to get around. And this time, Martinez has a nice hit into right center field. That's another thing, Todd. Some of the other teams, since they do have the continuous batting order, they don't bring all their players so that they can get their heavy hitters up quicker.
Yeah.
Sterling has everyone that wants to come plays. As I said, it is... The idea of this is to play ball and enjoy yourself. That is, you know, the winning, of course, is important. Anyone who says they don't want to win is pulling your leg. But...
And they get the runner going to first.
And he is out, 1, 2, 3. And that's the second out of the inning with Martinez advancing to second base. And Wally was not happy with that, I know. Our batter now is another extra hitter, Mike Butts.
Right here.
And I hear the Chesterfield fans hollering for a strikeout. Mike walked his first time. And this time he hits an outside pitch, and they've got to keep it away from that pitcher. He has got a wicked glove out there.
He's a very good fielding catcher. I think he's made at least 3 good plays.
He's made quite a few, Todd. That's why I said they've got to keep it away from him. So for the Sterling Heights Eagles in the bottom of the 5th inning, no runs on 1 hit and 1 runner left on base. So after 5 complete innings of play, the score is the Chesterfield Township Seniors 8 and the Sterling Heights Eagles 5.
And while we have this opportunity, we're going to take another public service announcement.
Hi, I'm Osborne Love.
Don Coopers hits it on the ground. We got a long throw
And
from
he'll
the
be
rolling
safe.
shortstop, and it is by the first baseman. Nice cover up by the catcher. So Coopers does pick up his single to go along with that triple he got back in the 3rd. And Chesterfield is threatening again. The batter now is the right fielder, Ray Koziolik. Koziolik is 1 for 2 with a single up the center.
Yeah, he's okay. Let's walk in there.
Oh, and that's our first baseman. Did he get hit or something, Todd, while I was looking at the score sheet?
No, I think he might have hurt his ankle running down to first base. I heard his ankle is
Of course, he was the batter.
Yeah.
He was the batter, my heavens.
What do you say? Why? Accuracy, we don't forget, man.
I got up at 5:45 this morning, but my brain must have stayed in bed.
He can't back, let's go.
That's it, Ray. Wait for a good one.
And that was a beautiful pitch by Colosi.
Nobody hits, man. Nobody hits.
Oh, and
Well
that
hit
one
off
is
the
well
middle.
hit. That's up the alley. It's by the outfielder. Oh, nice try by the right center fielder. And Koziolik delivers a triple to score Coopers ahead of him. The batter now is the second baseman, Nellie Livingood, who has an excellent eye because she has walked twice.
I think Nellie has had 1 strike thrown to her.
I think so, and with no outs and that runner on third base, Chesterfield I don't think is done scoring in this inning. And Chesterfield's dugout sounds a little bit enthusiastic. And Colosi delivers ball 1.
And there Nellie hits it.
Oh, and it's off of the third
Took a bad
baseman's
hop.
glove. Yes, it did. And Nellie makes it a perfect day at the plate. And there are still no outs, with Art Pasquale, the roving shortstop, coming to bat.
Okay, so we're going right here, right, baby boy.
Colosi delivers ball 1. Pasquale lined out to the third baseman, and he was the victim of a strikeout his last time out. This time he has hit it, and it is foul.
Barely foul.
Really?
There's a well hit ball to left field. And it's caught by the left
that's
fielder.
Nice catch, and that's out number 1. The batter now is the catcher, Charlie Einecker. And Charlie is 1 for 2. He has a single past the second baseman, and he was safe on a fielder's choice his other time out.
Play for 2. Hey, Whitey, play for 2. Right away. All right, let's take you, man. Let's take you.
Pitch was called deep for ball 1.
Nobody hits, Bill. Nobody hits. Nice to meet you, little boy.
And it's inside, and he
Pulled
laced
foul.
that. Woo! He liked that inside pitch. That evens the count at 1-1. I do hope you're going to be here Sunday for the city playoff games. Or games, as the case may be.
Is that men's we're doing?
Yeah.
Men.
Yep, we start out in the city playoffs with the 16 division winners or runners up from my 8 regular men's league, and that excludes the over 35 league because I do have 9 leagues, Todd. And they are starting tonight, which of course by the time this is on it will be a foregone conclusion. And by Sunday we will be down to 3 teams, and then to 2, which will be when we will start televising. It can be only 1 game or it can be 2, depending upon whether the team coming out of the losers bracket gives the undefeated team a loss. Our batter now is the extra hitter, Sam Orlando. Sam has been on base twice, and he's never advanced past first. He got a single, and he also was safe on a fielder's choice. And Sam declines the use of a runner. This time he's on the ground, and I think they've got a problem, yes. And we hear a little screaming from the Sterling bench. However, Sam is safe, and the bases are loaded for Chesterfield with 2 runs in and 1 out. The batter is Bob Griffith, the pitcher. Bob has 1 for 2. He did single into left center his last time up.
And it's popped up.
And it's a fair ball. Okay, here comes Nellie. And they're going to hold a runner at third. And Griffith has another single. Another run has come in.
There you go. I knew you'd come in on 1 run.
And the bases are still loaded. And we're back to the top of the lineup, Todd.
And a base hit. If it does score 2 runs, that'll be 5 innings or 5 runs for the inning.
That is correct. So all it can score is the runner on third and second, and that will. Oh, well, Elizabeth, tell us what the 6th inning does it? Oh,
No. But if he hits a home run, they all score.
Oh, if it's a home run, yes. But if he just hits a single, then only the 2 can run. Yes.
And here's a fly ball to center field.
I don't think anybody's going to have it. Nope.
Nope. 1 run comes in.
And they're going to have very conservative running. Yes, very conservative running.
A runner? Yeah, for me? Yeah, for you. Oh, listen. Bob, oh, get him, Bob. Oh, want to run? That's it, Bob. You get him, baby.
So the bases are still loaded. And the batter is John Kobe. And John has 2 singles, and he was safe on a fielder's choice, and he has scored 1 run in this game.
Pulled foul by about 2 or 3 feet.
And boy, he hit it well.
Yeah. I noticed a lot of batters are sort of bailing out. That's why they're pulling ball fouls so much. You want to keep your foot in, just driving towards the pitcher, and they're all stepping out.
Well, at your age and my age, I think I'm qualified to tell you that their reflexes are not quite what they used to be. And therefore, sometimes, you know, they do. We did have an unassisted put out at third base, but the 5th run did score.
So as we go into the bottom of the 6th inning, Chesterfield is leading Sterling 13-5.
Well, we lost too many. Let them go by.
And for the Chesterfield seniors, in the top of the 6th inning, we have 5 runs on 6 hits and 2 runners left on base. And while the side teams are changing side, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to make this announcement. This game is being brought to you by City Hall Television, Channel 5, and the Sterling Heights Department of Parks and Recreation. It is for the viewing enjoyment of our viewers only, and any rebroadcast or retransmission of this game is strictly prohibited by law.
How much money you got, Wally? How much money you got, Wally?
Leading off for Sterling Heights in the bottom of the 6th inning will be the extra hitter, Charlie Ekman.
All right. Right to me. Right to me, Bobby. Just you and I, Bob.
Charlie looks at ball 1, and now with the score 13-5, we have got to get some base runners again.
Now, is that 5-run per inning going to count in 7th inning for both teams?
It does for the team that's behind, but not, I mean for the team that's ahead, but not for the team that's behind. And Charlie picks up his 2nd straight hit of the game. And we're back to the top of the lineup for Sterling Heights Eagles. And it will be the shortstop, Whitey Michalski. Whitey has 2 straight singles. Let's hope he can do it again for Sterling. That looked good, but it was on the plate for ball 1. Whitey looks at another ball. 3-0, and he should look at some now.
Could draw a walk right here, have men 1st and 2nd with no outs.
And Whitey walks. That puts 2 runners on and no outs. And the batter is Fred Evans, the left center fielder. Fred has a single past second base, and he did line out to the pitcher.
Hi, Bobby. Just you and I. Batting practice, Bobby, that's the word.
Fred is one of the fine defensive players on this team.
Hi, Bobby. I didn't hear it.
With the count 1-1, pitcher delivers, and it's inside, and Fred hit an inside pitch.
Could be a double play ball. And he turned
he's
1.
Safe. Good running by Fred Evans. And we do have a runner on 3rd and 1st with 1 out. The batter is the right center fielder, Les Lohmeyer. Les has gone out from pitcher to 1st in both of his previous appearances. Inside pitch to even the count at 1-1.
Get it out of the infield, Les. Away, Bobby.
Count goes to 1-2 now.
And the pitcher says, "This is my man. I've had him twice." That one was inside, and it's 2-2.
Okay. Here we go.
Look close.
He has intestinal fortitude. Or in plain English, a lot of guts, Todd. Because that looked awfully close. He's got to hit this time. That one was right down the middle.
Come on, Les, keep it going. Keep it going in there, Les. Just a little bigger, Les. Just a little bigger. That's all we need. Les, keep it going. Hi, buddy.
We do have a few fans in the stands today, I see, for Sterling.
Ground ball right back to the pitcher.
That is the third time he has hit back to him.
But a run does score.
Yes,
Cutting
it
lead
does.
down 13-6.
And Lohmeyer is safe on the fielder's choice as they took the runner at second. And the run scores. Our batter now is the third baseman, Joe Tilley. And Joe has a perfect day at the plate as he has had a single and a triple.
And the pitch is called strike as it hit the outside corner. Hard shot back to the third baseman.
And he goes to second base for the force, and that retires the side. Nice play.
The ball was hit so hard, third baseman had plenty of time to decide where he wanted to go with it.
Exactly, Todd.
So after 6 innings, it's Chesterfield 13 and Sterling 6.
Yes, Sterling did pick up one run on one hit, and they left one runner on base. And after 6 complete innings of play, it is 13-6 in favor of Chesterfield Township seniors, with them coming to bat in the top of the 7th. It will be their number 3 hitter, George Dudich, the third baseman. George has been safe on a fielder's choice, singled up the middle, and popped to the pitch. Dudich, the third baseman for Chesterfield Township, has played a very fine game too, Todd. He's made some very good defensive plays that have gotten... Whoa, and did he hit that?
Well hit ball.
He lined that one between short and third. And so Chesterfield is picking up where they left off.
And here's their cleanup hitter, who's had a good day.
Right, Paul Tatey has certainly had a good day. He has 2 singles and a home run, so he's got a perfect day at the plate.
Just wait on it, make sure it's over the plate. Hey, what do you say? All right, Phil, nobody hits. What do you say, Philly boy? Nobody hits. Nobody hits.
And it's ball 1 as it is on the plate.
Nobody hits, Phil. Nobody hits.
Oh, pardon me, it was strike 1. Look, I thought it hit the plate by mistake. And Tatey hits it again, and this time it's in front of right center. So he has sprayed it all over the field and has a 4-for-4 performance.
There's no way in the world you can run up that far like he did. He can take a step up. Wait a minute. Wait, don't go on the further. I want to show you.
We have a slight altercation as the Sterling coach, Mel, is saying that the batter was out of the box.
They're supposed to be way up there. He can go out of the box. Oh, he can take a step forward. Oh, come on. Behind that line right there. Behind that box. Tell him he's supposed to coach first base, buddy.
So with 2 runners on and no outs, as the discussion ends quickly in favor of the umpire, as usual. The batter is the left fielder, Joe Dulac. Joe is 1 for 2 with a walk.
And Sterling definitely does not want to give up any more runs at Chesterfield in this inning. And there is a pop-up to the third baseman. And
It was an infield fly. Automatic. And they do get the first out of the inning.
Go! We got EMS close by here, it's okay. Okay, Philly boy, what do you say, Philly boy?
Hit ball to right field.
And it falls in for a
Gets
fair
by to right
ball.
field. They're 1 run scoring. Here comes the second run. And it'll be a double.
And Coopers has his 3rd straight hit of the day as he clears the bases. Our batter now is Ray Kosiolik, the right fielder.
Okay, let's play. We got 1 out.
Nice, Philly boy, nobody hit.
And Stan
nice play by
Grohl
the
makes
second
a
baseman.
nice play on that one. And it's 2 outs. The batter now is Nellie Livingood, who has a perfect day at the plate. She's 1 for 1 with 2 walks, Todd.
And now he gets a strike.
Hi, Philly boy, like to meet Philly boy.
And
Ground ball
Nellie,
to the shortstop.
and Nellie's gonna be, she
And,
is
yeah,
safe.
she's safe. Hesitation by the shortstop allowed Nellie to hustle down to first.
So we've got runners on the corners and 2 outs. And the batter is Art Pasquale, the roving shortstop. He has lined out to 3rd, flown out to left field, and struck out.
Eric, you got 2 cherries on a tree. Let's get a good one there, Art. 2 outs, you guys. Oh, sorry about that. Sorry, lady. Wrap it up.
Well hit ball.
Oh boy, was it ever, Todd.
Just pulled foul. As a lot of balls have been done today.
Yes.
He moved his feet a little, he shoved it. Nobody hit. Safe.
Oh, and nice
third
play
base.
to 3rd base, the throw over, and that retires the side. Nice play by the 3rd baseman.
So Sterling has 9 runs to make up in this inning, 9 to tie, 10 to win it, and they're down 15-6 going into the bottom of the 7th.
Chesterfield did score 2 runs on 4 hits and left 2 runners on base in the top of the 7th. They've had a lot of base runners because they have left 13 runners on base, Chesterfield has. And for Sterling Heights in the bottom of the 7th, the leadoff hitter will be the pitcher, Phil Pelosi. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, Phil has singled to right field and been out unassisted by the first baseman.
Okay, Phil. Tanner, move over.
And this is Sterling's last chance.
Okay, Bobby.
Aha! We have a little fraternization going on between the Chesterfield catcher and the umpire.
That's a quick pitch up.
The only good pitch I made today.
One ball.
That guy standing behind there.
And it's a nice hit by Colosi into right field. Monart running for him. So Colosi makes it a 2-for-3 day at the plate. The batter now is the left fielder, Dave Colby. Dave has been safe on a fielder's choice, and he was out from second to first. So he's looking for his first hit of the day. And Sterling needs a lot of hits.
Gotta wait, Bobby.
Chesterfield's not concerned about giving up any runs. They just want the outs.
That's right, and there's another nice hit as he lines it into right field. Monart advances to second. And the Sterling coaches were asleep as that right fielder bobbled that ball. Monart should have been on third base. The batter now is Stan Girl, the second baseman. Stan is 1 for 2 and was safe on a fielder's choice his other time up. And there it is, another hit, and Sterling Heights seems to have
run's
come
gonna
away
score.
in the bottom of the 7th.
Could have played third, and the runner will be safe.
Yes, he is, and Girl advances to...
They have him at home.
Yes. And as I said, the coaches are something else, because being that many runs down, he should never, never have attempted to come home. And they got Colby at the plate.
Down by how many runs did he tries to score?
That was extremely poor coaching. Because Todd, as I've always told you, when you're already in scoring position, you never take a chance on making an out.
Nope.
That is a cardinal sin in softball. There's another hit. He would have scored easily. As Monart delivers his first hit of the day. And now, instead of having the bases, well, we'd have had another run in. We've got him on the corners.
Left-hand batter, move over.
The batter now is the first baseman, Frank Osterwicki. Yep, Sterling's coaching and base running this inning has been disastrous for them.
Okay, Bobby.
There's a ground ball. It could be a double play ball. They'll get one though.
Yes.
Second baseman, or the roving shortstop.
Yes, that was the roving
Okay, the rover
shortstop.
had a little trouble picking up that ball. Took a bad bounce on him. But he did the smart thing. He got the sure out at second.
That's right. Well, the runs don't mean anything. That's why I cannot understand why that runner was sent home. Because when you're down this many runs, you just don't do that. The batter now is the roving shortstop, Joe Schroka. Joe has walked. Oh, and the shortstop made a mental error. Now Schroka has got to get back on the bag. This has been a strange inning.
Shortstop should have flipped to second.
Yes,
Easy out there.
Of course he should have.
A little showboating there.
Yeah, he was going to take the runner at first, and he threw the ball away. The batter now is the catcher, John Martinez. John is 1 for 2.
Keep your feet square, John. All right. Any base, Kyle, any base. Swing better. All right, Bobby, wait for me.
There's another hit for Sterling. That's going to load the bases.
They're going to send a run home.
Well, they're going to throw to second. So in this case,
Is anybody on that damn base? Let me know. Wally.
I'll let you know. You're not listening.
Okay, Wally, let's go.
That's 3 runs in for Sterling, and they've narrowed the gap to 15 to 8. But
It's a long way to go.
Yeah, with 2 outs, it certainly is. And the batter is the extra hitter, Wally Korth. Wally is 1 for 2 with a double his first time up, and he did score a run too. Jerry Monard is going to run for Korth. We've got 2 on, 2 outs, 3 in the bottom of the 7th. That was a beautiful pitch down the middle.
Even's counting at 1-1.
Another good pitch. A little deep, the umpire said. Because it certainly was down the middle.
Okay, bye.
And it's 2-2. Wally hits an outside pitch, and the shortstop goes
And
to
they get the
second
force at
base.
second.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the wrap-up of this game.
A very gifted
15 runs on 22 hits, 13 runners left on base. For the Sterling Heights Eagles, 9 runs on 17 hits, 10 runners left on base. Todd, I think we'd have to say that one of the stars of this game was definitely Paul Tippy, the cleanup batter for the Chesterfield Township Seniors. He had a home run and 3 singles, and I don't know how many RBIs because I haven't figured that out yet.
He probably counted at least for either 5 or 6 RBIs
Oh, yes.
easily.
He was quite a hitter. For the Eagles, Tilly had a triple, and I think that was one of the few extra base hits that we had. Let me see. And Tilly also had a single, so he was 2 for 3 on the day, as was Stan Gurl. He had 2 for 3. Joe Martinez was 2 for 3. Oh, and Wally had the double. Wally Korth had the double. Ladies and gentlemen, this is only another of our different events that Channel 5 is bringing you in all of the sports extravaganzas. We hope that you will enjoy this game. We will be bringing you another seniors game soon. So, for Todd M. Kyle and myself, Sally Whalen, we'd like to say goodbye from Baumgardner Park and tune in to Channel 5 City Hall Television.
Good night.